Francis Law Travis was born on September 29th, 1899, in Sanford, Maine. There is extremely little known about him, and there are no photos attached to his case. He went missing on December 5th, 1947, from Sanford, Maine. His case was created on NamUs on January 31st, 2019. The case details state that he was last seen at home and then left for work as usual. The next day, his car was found abandoned in Ogunquit. He was never heard from since. Francis's physical description is detailed as white, 156 pounds, 5'8", with blonde, strawberry blonde hair, thinning on top, gray eyes, with a linear scar on the right side of his abdomen. He was last known wearing a brown suit with a brown overcoat and a brown hat, reading glasses, and a gold-plated wristwatch. He also went by the nickname Frank. There are no exclusions to his case. Despite his disappearance, there is a profile for him on Find a Grave, with his death date listed as the day he went missing. He is connected to his wife and daughter's pages. In a rather weird state of circumstances, Frank's daughter passed away on December 6th, 2010. I thought it was interesting, since her father, of course, vanished on December 5th. This has no bearing on anything, of course, just an interesting fact. Frank had a wife named Phyllis, who was born on September 14th, 1899, in what is originally believed to be Sanford, Maine. She passed away at the age of 96 on November 29th, 1995. She's buried at Oakdale Cemetery in Sanford, Maine. I'm not sure when the headstone for Frank was created, and whether it was placed before or after her death. Interestingly, she is listed as having been born in Sanford, Maine, when it appears that she was actually from Littleborough, England. The naturalization record states that she had married Francis Law Travis on October 13th, 1924, in Sanford, Maine. Then, 2 years later, they had their daughter, Shirley May Travis, on June 6th, 1926. The record itself is from January 13th, 1932. Francis's job in the census record states that he was a dyer at what looked like a place called the Plush or Blush Mill. Phyllis appears to have completed all 4 years of high school, while Francis stopped after his 8th grade year. It doesn't appear that Phyllis remarried, though, after Francis's disappearance. What might be a clue to what happened to Francis may lie in his daughter's obituary. On Shirley's Find a Grave profile, the very end of the description states that those planning an expression of sympathy are asked to consider the Alzheimer's Association in Falmouth, Maine. I'm not sure if she had Alzheimer's, though, since the obituary stated she had a brief illness before death. This information makes me wonder, though, if it is a possibility that her father may have had the disease, which could have led to his disappearance. I could not find any newspaper articles talking about his disappearance. Looking him up on Family Search, his World War I draft card lists his occupation as a dyer. He had a relative named Robert Travis, which I believe was his father. The draft registration lists his eye color as blue, hair as yellow, with a medium height and slender build. His father, Robert Travis, was born on August 1st, 1868, in Burscough, England. He passed away at the age of 54 on August 9th, 1922, in Sanford, Maine. His father, Joseph Travis, was born in 1843 at Waterfoot, England, and died at the age of 34 in 1877. He is also buried in Sanford, Maine. I find this to be interesting because neither the profiles on Family Search or Find a Grave describe a cause of death for the men and their early deaths. Even Joseph's wife, Charlotte, passed away young at the age of 54. Honestly, I'm unsure what could have potentially happened to Francis. If he might have had Alzheimer's or potentially met with foul play. I wanted to take a look at the mill that Francis worked at, so I searched up the plush mill in Maine. There's a page that talks about the mill a bit, describing how it was once a place that would partake in fabric production. There was an article in 1937 about how strikes in Michigan led to 1,500 layoffs. This led to 200 looms being shut down immediately. The president of the company, W.H. Marland, stated that if there were more strikes in the automotive industry, then curtailment of the upholstery industry would have been necessary. But beyond that, there's very little known about this case, and I'm unsure if we could ever potentially find his body or his remains.